All right, well, a good Wednesday to you. Glad you're checking in here with Fox 26. I got a weather update for you. I'm meteorologist John Dawson, and when we get to Wednesday, we are start looking towards the weekend a little bit, starting to think about wrapping up the week. And well, our week, the back half of this week is going to look a bit different than it did the first half, concerning rain possibilities. Now, as far as temperatures, that's going to be about the same, and muggy, we're going to keep that the same. So we're kind of keeping what we've been doing, we're just adding a little to it as well. So get ready for another breezy afternoon as in addition to that warm afternoon. We've got temperatures in the 80s already, mostly to partly cloudy skies, and there are those southeast winds at around 15 miles an hour, and the dew points in the 70s. That's the humidity that we're kind of keeping nice and rich across the area. This graphic shows yesterday's high temperatures. Take note that normally we're about 80 degrees. Well above that, we even had some folks up into the Brazos Valley area there, about 90 degrees for those in College Station. This graphic would also work perfectly as a forecasted expected high temperatures for today. I think we're going to do this again. Hopefully not too much warmer, but stay very similar to this. The winds and the clouds are going to keep us from warming up too much, and we might get a few showers thrown in as well. So here's what we've got. Currently 84 degrees in College Station, 83 in Belleville, Sugar Land also at 84 degrees. Down on Galveston Island, 82, and we've got 83 in the downtown Houston area at Hobby Airport. Here's another look at those winds across our area. You can see it just about everybody over 10 miles an hour except for Columbus there at about 5, but 18 mile an hour winds in Angleton. We've got 21 mile an hour winds down in Bay City, 14 or 15 going across the downtown Houston area. So breezy, humid, and a little bit of rain to talk about. Again, this will be for the most part for Houston. The downtown area will be a scattered possibility. You see a little bit more activity happening out to the west there of Wharton, a little bit of activity happening over in Liberty County, and a little bit of those blips sort of popping up. They're going to be fairly isolated, a bit brief. As we continue through the day, those rain chances actually will increase kind of as we move through the day, and then we'll even look for rain in the overnight hours. And then this fairly organized bit of storm activity that's happening across the central to northern portions of our state will begin to continue to move towards Houston, but it loses its organization. It breaks down just a little bit, also slows down a little bit, and that will be some rain that's in the forecast for tomorrow. And when we look at this high pressure that's been over kind of the eastern half of the U.S., that's had enough of an influence on us in Houston to keep our rain chances low at the beginning of the week. But this high pressure is weakening. It's continuing to move a little to the east, and this moisture is primarily streaming in from the tropics, some of it from the Pacific. You know, we talked about Hurricane Norma that made landfall on the west coast of Mexico. We had another hurricane make landfall on the west coast of Mexico this morning, Otis, the most powerful hurricane ever to make a landfall on the west coast of Mexico. And then we also have Gulf moisture that's all piling in and coming to some heavy downpours and even a bit of some stormy weather. We could see that again here. This was where Norma was. Otis was down further south near Acapulco. Here's our allergen levels. We've got minor improvements on the tree pollen, but that ragweed is still very high. Any rain that we can get, of course, would be beneficial in kind of getting rid of some of that. Here's a look at the temperatures. We're going to peak out at about 87 degrees today. Our graphs here assume that there's going to be a bit more cloud cover with these scattered showers kind of thrown in. So that's probably why we have a little drop that's right there. And then, of course, we've got the breezy conditions that even if you're not seeing the rain, you're going to be seeing that. So normally we're about 80 degrees. So far today, we've done 82. This is the big difference in the morning where we would expect to find ourselves 58, 59 degrees. And this morning only down to 71. So it just doesn't take very long to warm up from only going down to 71 degrees. It doesn't take very long to warm up already to the average or even well past the average. And of course, nowhere near the records. We're all thankful for that. So let's talk about expected rainfall starting tonight and I'm going to run this all the way through Tuesday as when we're going to stop this. Well, I'm going to pause it here on Sunday to say that we're looking for some rain before the weekend, and then when the front moves through, we put in a little bit more rain with the passage of that strong front at the beginning of next week. Haven't talked about that much yet, but a strong cold front is on the way for the beginning of next week. So there are those warm, scattered showers across the area today. The clouds thicken up even more in the overnight, keeping the scattered rain possibilities throughout that time period. We get into Thursday, and here is that disorganized bit of showers and storms that come into the area in the afternoon. It becomes a little bit more widespread. So 70% chance is what I'll put the rain chances on for tomorrow. And then here's that front I was talking about. Now, as we move through the week, we'll probably have to adjust the timing just a bit, but it's sped up just a little bit from yesterday in the fact that these high temperatures on Monday are expected to be way down from what we're going to do on Sunday. Sunday, we're in the mid 80s. We're in the mid 60s on Monday. So at least 15 degrees difference between the high temperatures on Sunday and Monday. That's that strong cold front. And at the moment, it does look like the rain will come to an end. I think this 20% chance of rain on Tuesday is earlier in the day. I'm thinking about Halloween here, of course. Well, everybody's got that on their minds. I'm thinking somehow that's going to impact you. If you're out and about in a neighborhood looking for some candy, again, I think those temperatures will be cooler for sure, and the rain chances I think will have diminished by that point in time. So this front makes a big change in our weather pattern, whereas the showers that we're talking about for this afternoon a little bit sort of is a slight minor change to our pattern that we've seen. We're just kind of adding that in to the warm and breezy days that we've already had. All right, thanks for checking in with us. I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing here on a Wednesday. Hope you're able to make it through, maybe not see too much rain, but remember, we still need some of this rain. We're still dry for this part of the country. We could use that rain to help kind of relieve some of those drought-like conditions, and I think this will be very manageable rain, just kind of maybe more of a nuisance than anything else, but it is going to be beneficial to the dry land that we have. And then get ready if you've been waiting